for me, really good.
So all we're going to do is a little walking and cutting, right?
Got it.
So I'm in my backyard. Let it cut, let it cut, let it cut, let it cut, and then start walking. So I can see that I'm cutting those dandelions, right? Right there. Go ahead. So start with a little perpetual motion right there. Swing it back and through. Let the blade cut the grass. That's it. Just feel like you're cutting in both directions. Cut, 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 cut. Let it cut, let it cut, let it cut. All right, let's try another one. Go a little bit further that way and grab a new line. And then you can cut them halfway. You know what I mean? You don't have to go all the way to the ground. Just cut them halfway so that your grass whip doesn't get caught up in the...
You work on your grip with this, it'll get a little loose otherwise.
Well, that's it. You see? Then you're going to realize just how firm your hands have to be to cut through that grass.
Wow.
Awesome. There you go, John. Have you lost your balance?
Okay, just at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Right.
So you notice as soon as you lost your balance, it interrupted the motion,
right,
and you couldn't continue.
That's right.
So then you say, okay, I'm going to just focus on my task and keep going. And all of a sudden, because you were focused on your task and not your balance,
right,
you were able to keep going. Let's do one more.
Pick a target out there.
Sure. Let's just cut in a specific direction. So you're picking which direction to cut. Big tree?
The little tree is right next to that big...
Okay, perfect. So just let it cut in that direction.
You want me to walk right away or just let it cut?
So do perpetual motion first. Okay. Feel like it's cutting in that direction, and then you could cut a couple of rows. So does that direction feel like it's going toward that tree you were talking about?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, good. So now let's see you walk a little. Okay. Start the machine first. Beautiful. All right, stop right there. Now,
I started thinking about the balance, and then I stopped again. And it
all
went,
right.
Well.
Now, one of the things that I want you to see, because when you see this video, okay, and you know everybody else is going to learn from it, so please thank John for this. Now, you'll notice the first swing you made, as the grass whip got to the top, you dropped it a little inside. Okay? Now, okay, exactly. So then, as you started doing perpetual motion, it stopped falling inside and it started tracking right on plane.
So the key is to just think of throwing it at your target.
Well, just think about the direction of the cut. Cut. Let it cut. Let it cut. So notice I'm not letting it fall and then cut. Okay? So when you let it fall back here behind you, you're actually letting it fall into your body and it's collapsing. So now from there, it's going to go out this way, and that's what rakes you onto your toes.
Oh, okay.
You see?
So just think about cutting it at the top.
Yeah, so just think about letting the weight of the instrument and the arms cut in the direction that you want to cut it.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you say, all right, I'm going to say, let's see that big pine tree there? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to cut just left of that pine tree. Stay left of the pine tree. Stay left. Stay left. Stay left. Doesn't that look like I was staying well left of that pine tree? Make another row a little further. There we go. Awesome. More dandelions to cut. There. Didn't those last two feel like beelines right through?
That was the best one there. So all of them I didn't.
Fantastic. It's like, imagine the tee is like a weed.
And then just swing perpetual motion.
Perpetual motion to the left of that intermediate point, which is that ball there, and just feel like, and just observe the blur of the club as it passes over that tee. And just cut it in both directions. Cut. Let it cut. Let it cut. Let it cut. Let it cut. So, I want you to physically clip the tee though.
Okay. Oh,
okay?
All right, I got you. Make sure that's the graph.
That's right. That's right. You got to hear it and feel it cutting through that rubber tee. Both directions, through the tee, left of the spot. Better. Up. Now, do you feel on the way down, did you hit a little bit of grass prior to the tee?
Yeah.
So that means the club's dropping behind you.
Okay.
Right?
Worse coming back though, the return.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it felt like I was a little more not clipping the tee on the way back.
Okay, so let's see that again. And then just so we have a better view there with the camera, I'm going to move the point there and just feel like you're parallel to the mat.
Okay.
And you're just cutting left of that intermediate point, back and through. Remember, you're letting it cut through, right? Yep. Keep that strain level down. Let it. Let it. So are you hitting the grass prior to the tee on the way back? That means you're physically interfering with the club and you're forcing the club down to meet that. I want you to let gravity cut that.
Okay.
When you were cutting grass, were you physically forcing that down?
No.
All right. So, that's right. So, the weight of the club itself, so if I go ahead and do that right here, let it cut.
Yeah, maybe I should do it.
So I'm just letting it swing, and then my brain can see where it's passing. Do you notice where the club is actually brushing the grass on the way back? It's brushing back here, isn't it? And then when isn't it brushing forward of the tee on the way through?
I didn't see that, but I guess it is brushing back.
Well, exactly. So now, watch. When I let my arms fall, do the arms fall like this first?
No.
So everything falls around the first pendulum first, and then gravity pulls the club down around the second pendulum. So notice the handle comes through first, then the shaft, then the heel of the club, then the toe of the club, and that's where the divot's going to be right here, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to release. See how it clips the tee, but it brushes the mat in front of the tee?
Right.
On the way back, did you see where it brushed?
In front of the tee.
There. Watch. Can you see that?
Kind of. I can see it going forward better for some reason.
So on the way back,
forward, it's sitting up here, and on the way back, it's slightly back here.
Exactly. So go ahead and do that. So let's do this instead. You remember when you were throwing into a snap?
Yeah.
It snapped out here.
Yeah.
Where should it snap in the backswing?
In the backswing, it should snap out here.
Yeah. So just focus on letting it snap past the tee in both directions then. Look at that. Did you see the difference?
Yeah. I was
Oh my gosh, what a difference, right?
abandoning it. I was trying to guide it back. Yeah.
There we go, you guys, right? So when he was focusing down here on trying to cut the tee, you were physically manipulating your hands to meet the tee.
Right.
And that's what so many of you are struggling with. Versus, you let the club snap you in here. But you notice you were clipping the tee perfectly when you did that?
You gotta think.
Now we know where your focus needs to be.
Front and back.
You got it.
Yeah.
Right on, man. There it is. Now, because John's issue is still when he's trying to hit the fade, he feels the need to line up a lot more because he keeps letting the club fall behind him on the way down. So if I want to brush, imagine teeth on the sole of the club here. He's got the grass whip in his hands. Pass me the grass whip for a sec. So what we're trying to do, imagine the weed right here. We want to saw through the weed from heel to toe, okay? Exactly. So let me see. Now we're going to use momentum to do that with, okay? So let me see that nice saw through. Wow. Amazing. Oh, so now we're going to do a fade with that hybrid and feel like you're sawing through the stem of that dandelion to the left of that intermediate point from heel to toe.
Right there. Got it. Yeah. I got this.
Yeah.
Great swing. Oh, hammered that one. Just a pass.
Can you hear the angels singing, John?
Oh yeah. You got into my head. I knew
Oh, look at that. That's 215, 220 with the freaking power fade.
I haven't done that since I was 25. And it wasn't hit right. It was just because I was younger.
Yeah, how good is that?
Yeah, that's great.
So there's the feel that was missing.
Yeah, that connecting with me, the sawing. The sawing won't let me go this way. It'll make me go this way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now you're supporting the downswing.
Yeah.
So it's not that for a lot of people, for a lot of you who tend to do that, because what happens is you have instruction that says, hey, you're coming over the top. Well, let's make sure you don't come over the top by dropping it to the inside.
You're dead.
Well, that's it. So you drop it now you're out of the frying pan into the fire. You got a whole new set of problems. So if you just stay on the task of sawing through the stem to the left edge of that intermediate point, then everything falls into place.
Okay. There it is. Good ball swing. Good ball swing.
Amazing.
Wow.
Man, you can do no wrong now. It's back on the green.
Awesome.
So John has had issues with the alignment during the session, and how we're going about that is we're doing Goldilocks with alignment. So we're going left of red, so show me exaggerate too far left, then too far right, then settle in left of red. So that feels like if you let the momentum swing in that direction, that's going to go way too far left of red. Okay? Show me too far right. Brilliant. So that feels right now your back is turned to the red flag. There's no way it can come back to red. So now left edge of red. We're doing a nice fade that's starting left of red. Fantastic. So that to you right now feels like if you swing left of red, you can hold it pretty close to the red flag? Good. Super. So that started right on line, just left of red, but it faded a bit too much, right?
A little bit too much.
Everything else was fine. Let's do another one. Same thing. Too far left. Too far right. In between. Awesome. How about that? Just splitting it right down the middle. Perfect power fade right over the sprinkler heads. Sorry, guys.